All right, welcome back. This is part two of session two for Caffeinated Chronicles. Um, we are in Sigil. We are in the clerk's ward in Sigil. We have just found uh, the broken down, dilapidated building that once was this uh, very legendary tavern that everybody seems to anybody who is anybody seems to know a little bit about. Um, excuse me. Beg your pardon. Um, they there were some. I don't want to call them thugs. That's kind of mean, as we like them now. But these street rats, if you were, and that were hired by Narok, the leader of the Bleakers, at least in this region, to keep an eye on this lot report and deter anyone who comes by looking at for the building or to report back to him. They chose to do neither, as the ladies here were the nicest breath of fresh air that these poor men have had in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I believe. So some good RP there, and we're gonna pick right back up with you guys, um, kind of standing in front of the door. You see that there's a hook on the door, as I said, that you would hang the knocker from. Seems to be kind of like waiting for something. Mhm. As she brings out the knocker, it's fairly large, the size of a mid-sized watermelon. It's a big knocker, just a single knocker, not plural. Why would you need two knockers? Shut up. You don't understand. I have Terry Garr in my head right now. What knockers? Well, thank you. This is one single knocker. Maybe the back door has a smaller one. They often are mismatched. Anyway, that's it has to be. um, but as Citrine holds the knocker near the door, the inner fire in her torso begins to glow brightly. It's almost a ray of light at this point. Um, any brighter, and you have to shield your eyes. It kind of makes your eyes dilate looking at her as she pushes the knocker forward and hangs it from the hook. You see the building shudders a bit as the entryway begins to like align itself. Like it went from like Tim Burton, like all crooked, to like very like Bob Vila, very straight. Everything is picture perfect, and the door jamb is hung correctly, and the opening entryway, the two pillars there that were kind of dilapidated, all of a sudden it's like dirt is being washed from them as the brokenness of the entryway is shook free, and you are looking at a very nice oak wood, dark finished entryway with a very handsome looking bronze badger head with a knocker in its mouth, looking right back at you, and the even the doorknob itself is this beautiful sterling silver, bright and shiny. The rest of the building is still dilapidated. From the side, you hear, "God, you see that? Shut up! Let them do their thing." And the picture is accurate. So you do see the legs kind of like sprawled about on the front of the second story there. The leg in the back you can see is a lot shorter as it's missing the. You see how the two front ones have like a leg and then a joint and then it goes down to the floor in like an L shape. And the other one just has a straight line. It's missing that whole second joint that goes down from the floor. It's basically standing on its knee in the back. Are you asking me if I could pick up a building? Because I can. I picked up many buildings in my time. Thank you. You're quite the help, Miss Mara. No, you're quite spindly limbed, but it's nice. It adds to your loquacious appearance. You hear from the side. I did the dear fella insult her? Hey, you don't. You be nice to the young ladies. I have. Uh, is that is that what loquacious means? It's a compliment. Well, then how do you know it's a compliment? He could be calling you ugly or something. You just Citrine and Mara. You just see Tack like, it was in fact a compliment. It adds to your bookish appearance and knowledgeable countenance. There, is that better? You. That was more to the ruffians than you. Ruffians? Who you calling ruffians? We are never going. I hereby dub you the Peanut Gallery. Please shut up. Mom always said I was a nut. Don't you start on them, Citrine. It was a passing countenance. Leave it alone. Tack looks over. He goes. He grabs one. If I may, please. You don't go hungry very often, do you? And he pops his mouth and chews it, shell and all. On the other side note, this is how Cloud likes to eat peanuts. Um, Fiber. He kind of chomps it down. Salted. Very good. That was a boiled countenance. I don't go for the honey roasted. That is too sweet. I'm sorry, my computer kind of froze there for a second. What did you? I heard, oh well, that, and then you kind of went dark. No. What is this you speak of? So, Trin, if they are going to feed Tack is going to end up owing you money. All right. Well, you are very nice, and I don't have a problem with helping you out. Maybe a peanut here, maybe a dish of something vegetable there. I will. Tech is very. We will talk. We will talk. I have wages. Not. Oh, right. And he leans down and picks up. Ready when you are, Mara. Roll me a strength check. All right, that is an 8. Roll me a d4. All right, so that's a 10. And you are a large creature, and I believe, or not a large, you're a medium creature, but I believe you are strong. You can pick up double what regular, normal sized creatures can. Let me double check that really quick. Powerful build. Yep. So yes, so between you and Tech, who's also we're using the Centaur stat block. They also have powerful build. So between the two of you, you can pick up how much can you lift? You can lift 780 pounds, Mara. You're hiding a lot underneath your clothing. There's a lot. The delts and the lats and the traps are just fucking bulging underneath your pretty little your pretty little outfit. I believe your. Let me see here. I can't tell if you're. Oh yeah. Okay, so you're not wearing a strapped dress. It's a full like cover of your arms, but you see like the leafy epaulets around her shoulders starts to like shake as she's like lifting really hard, and you see her kind of bite her bottom lip as she's really focusing on heaving this massive piece of the building up. And Tack is he leans down his front legs and he grabs the bottom of the knee of the back leg there, and you both lift it up together, and you get it up and you raise it up over your head, a Herculean feat for the both of you to kind of push it up, and like it's like the power cling. You get up to your chest and then you whoop over your head, and you Citrine, Juniper, if one of you would please put the leg in before we collapse. Okay, so there's two of you. Both of you roll me strength checks. Inspiration for you, Lex. You have advantage. Then you may add a D4 to your strength check. Main page. Ho! Ho! Ho ho ho! So Citrine rolls a 23 and Juniper rolls a very respectable 16. The both of you together kind of like get the ironwood leg on your shoulders, and you make it over to to attack into Mara as they're heaving this basically second story. They're kind of evening it out as it's leaning to the right. As they pick it up, it kind of goes to center. No more leaning Tower of Pisa, very straight up. And Citrine, you roll the highest, so you're able to kind of heft your end up high enough to reach the joint of the knee, and as you do, the whole building begins to shiver, and a very spindly leg is attached to the building now, as it seems to fasten. There's no real like look of screws or glue or anything that would make it fastened. It's just attached, like it's all one piece of wood. It is about a third of the size though of the other legs. Use as Mara and Tak put their let go of their respective ends. You see them both just. That's at least structural, but that's not going to allow anything for long term. Do you not want to try the other two, please? Tak kind of. Uh, fuck it. Call me an elephant. I work for peanuts. And he pops in his mouth. The two, you did. The two of you grab the next leg, and it attaches very similarly. But interestingly enough, as it attaches to the knee, if you will, joint, it also attaches along the seam between the two pieces of wood, making it one piece of wood that's bigger and thicker. You do the same with the third, and by the time you're done with that, the legs look to be in good repair. The whole tavern shakes and it vibrates with the accumulation of the legs, and just like the door frame, it seems like the quote unquote dirt of dilapidation is sloughed off of the legs, and they are standing much like the pillars of the entryway are. Oak, dark wood finish, very firm, very sturdy. Um, no pock marks or the what are they called? The lines in the wood, the grains are all going, the same direct location. They look very sturdy. You also see the bottom of the second story where the legs attached to. It looks to be on a swivel. And as the legs kind of like the back one starts to push up and move, actually use the new length of its appendage to kind of sturdy everything up. The building is now standing directly vertical. It's not leaning over anymore. You get you get the look that like the legs can move in any which direction in 360 degrees while the building stays stationary. Hence the swivel. Oh, Tax in the back going, "Oh, I'm sorry, was the one piece of wood heavy compared to the entire fucking second story of the building?" Push ups. Lots of push ups. Citrine, you notice that Tack being a centaur like creature would be impossible for him to do push ups. Do Tack walks up, she goes, "You're forgetting to breathe again." Well, that'll probably. I can do squats, many squats, thousands of them. And it's at this time you notice, like, well, he has some big, like bricklayer's arms. He has some good sized arms. His forearms are built. Um, Dad bod, a little bit of a little tiny bit of a gut. Like it's a pooch, and maybe the pecs are a little flabbier than they used to be, but the arms are on point. Arms are just built. He looks at you. I think I need to sit down for a minute. I feel a little lightheaded. That was a lot. Mara, you are a fount of energy. I don't know how you're still standing. Oh, maybe I need to eat more than peanuts. If you girls would not mind exploring the rest yourself, I think I'm going to go take up with the ruffians and maybe try to make some friends. My name's Raj. This is Sam. And the big one's Mick. Monosyllabic names are best for NPCs. Raj, Sam, Mick, Tack. I mean, there's. What's your name? Fistandantilus. I'm never going to remember that. Righto. Yes, Miss Mara, ma'am. Roger. He doffs his hat. Miss. All right, you four-legged lummox, come on over. Have a sit. You look like you're about to fall over. I think I am about to fall over. I will. Oh, you know, could I? Maybe they would enjoy that. Yes, that would be nice. I got one, says Raj. I got a bag. It's clean even. There you go. It takes. He looks at you. Ain't no chance you can probably magic us a flagon of wine, could you? Oh, that's all right. Miss Beggars can't be choosers. Didn't hurt to ask, though. This is kind of like wine. This is young wine. Very young wine. Infantile wine. I'm usually pretty lax on Jurcraft. It's very. It's wine under construction. As you guys, as Tack kind of walks over with Raj, Mick, and Sam, they kind of begrudgingly like share the peanuts, and they're not really talking. They're both they're all just sitting against the wall, against the other building, just cracking peanuts and shucking the shells on the ground. And Tack goes, "You know, you're going to have to pick that up, right?" "Oh, I know that, but not right now. We don't." Mick stands up and he walks over and goes, "You know, once I saw a wizard, he could just magic those things away. Wouldn't that be fancy?" "All right, but you ain't no wizard." So you guys are looking at the building now. It is very about halfway fixed up. The main building and then the two stories behind it are on top of it rather are still pretty dilapidated. You look inside, you can see that the floorboards are cracked and there's some wet rot. There's some tables and chairs that have definitely seen better days, at least on the bottom floor. Let me see here. Is that the. No, that's wrong. Yeah, it was a really good idea that you guys just talked them down. Let's see here. We do not have a problem. The central room is large and low ceilinged, anchored by a fireplace in the far wall that's wide enough for two people to stand in it without touching. The hearth holds a pile of ash, gray, very old, arranged with care that is too deliberate to be accidental. Someone has been tending the ash, even though there is nothing here to tend. Citrine, you would notice that part. You're most familiar with fire, and it's like. Um, the bar runs along the left wall. Mugs are arranged by size. Handles all turned in the same directions. The candles are at different heights, some old stubs, some recently replaced. There's a cork board by the door that holds papers pinned at angles, an old supply list, a decade old order form, a small drawing of a badger done in charcoal by someone who loved badgers but was not a professional artist. And three chairs face the cold hearth. They have been placed exactly where someone would put them if they wanted to sit in front of a fire and not be alone. Citrine, as you walk in, your your house awareness, which is one of your abilities, it it gives you the full layout of the building. There's buildings upstairs. There's a library at the very top, third story. The center story is a tea shop, and then the bottom floor is a brasserie, which is it's I would say like a bar and grill kind of a deal, but French style. Um, there's also, and you have to double check your senses. Something very new. You just got these abilities just 2 days ago. At the same time, you found the building. But your senses tell you that there's also a cellar, a root cellar. But you notice that if the stories are true and this is in fact a moving building, there's no way in hell there could possibly be a cellar. Yet you detect one. You also detect a very small life form. Um, Let me see here. Very very small life form upstairs. Small, scared, seems to be watching. The building is happy to have you inside, and that part is new. When you walked in the last time, it never felt like there was any awareness in it, and now it seems to be this acceptance, this welcoming presence. Uh, for 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 clarification, the feeling of the welcoming sense of the tavern is new. The life form, you've never detected it before, but then again, you've not been able to do this very long. In the instance that I would like you to make basically a warlock ability check, that's going to be a charisma check because your spellcasting ability is charisma. So go ahead and roll me a charisma check, please. Okay, give me 1 second here. Doing a thing. Um, so as you were walking into the entryway, like you were blazing with light, and as you walk in, it kind of reduces down into this very homey, orangey colored light, actually like a fireplace itself, but it's a very low glow. You feel contented and like this, like if you had returned home after a very long travel. Okay. Um, Let me see here. As you place the stone into the hearth, the magic really happens. One by one, the floorboards turn over, just 180 right over the top. And as they flip over, they look brand new. There's a sheen of wax on the floorboards themselves. They are very, very clean. It kind of goes up onto the walls where the planks that make up the walls, they each flip over as well, and they're no longer these like seaside dock, wet waterlogged planks, and they're very thick and healthy. Everything here is, as opposed to outside where there was the darker stain on the wood, inside is this light golden brown. There's fragments of curtains on the windows, and they seem to blow in a wind that doesn't seem to originate from anywhere in particular. But as they blow, they seem to lengthen and extend and revitalize with color, and fall back down as this lovely, very light blue with these golden emblems on them that show halflings fishing by a river on one. Another one shows halflings praying at a temple. These, I don't want to say they're tapestries because they're not, but they are kind of inlaid with images. The magic kind of supersedes up to the ceiling, and by the time it's all done, everything is looks brand new. And then with a whoosh, the fire in the fireplace lights, and this warm flame that is of a moderate size. I would say, it's a probably a 10 foot or about an 8 foot wide fireplace, probably about 4 feet deep. There's enough of a fire there to fill up about the middle section of it, and the warmth is comforting. It is exactly the right temperature to bring you relief to from the cold. Um, you each sit in your chair and you marvel as this room is incredibly clean. There's more to explore, but you could always just sit here by the fire for a moment as well and just look at the beauty that you're surrounded by now, as the bottom floor now looks like this, minus the people. Somehow the ceiling is even a lot taller than it would be. Like outside, you see that the floors are kind of arranged in these 10 foot segments of 10 foot first floor, 10 foot second floor, 10 foot third floor. But as you walk in here, is in the roof now seems to be these vaulted ceilings that are like 30 feet high, lots of breathable area. There's a cigar case and a tobacco, uh, basically big jars of tobacco, all inlaid around the smoking lounge to the front of the entryway into the brasserie. The wine the wine racks all look to be stocked. The corks are all in really great shape. There's not a speck of dust to be found anywhere. The cushions, even in the seats, are cleaned and almost refluffed, if you will. Mm-hmm. You guys, oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I am just checking a thing really quick. Copy. For some reason, I cannot get this image into Fantasy Grounds. Let me see if this works here. You guys talk back and forth. You hear a voice from above.
People. There's people here. I warn you, I'm very dangerous. Don't approach.
And you look up into the rafters and you see this, and it is in the Discord chat because I cannot put this image in the Fantasy Grounds for some reason.
I'm very dangerous.
You see a small red devil on the ceiling beam wearing a purple wool scarf. His tail is lashing, kind of like a cat says when they're kind of not very happy with you, you know? He's roughly the size of a large cat and is has a very angry look on his face.
Pip doesn't like strangers. Pip stays in the kettle. Pip keeps the kettle clean. Pip's job, not anybody else's. Why are you here? Just because you have friends does not mean they are Pip's friends. Pip, that's right. And who are you, ugly? Oh, so you're Citrine. The lady spoke of you, Citrine. I apologize. Citrine's not ugly. Pip just rude.
No.
9 years. Pip take care of this place 9 years. Replace candles, wipe down counters, tried to keep dust off of things. Pip goes to war against the dirt. Pip not always win, but Pip tries his best. The lady. The little lady, the one that comes in the evenings to go and check on Pip, make sure Pip does good job. Tell Pip, not my job, but appreciate me nonetheless. Lady very kind to Pip. Pip, very short. Well, no, well, for you, and he points to Mara, very short. For Pip, very tall. Her name is Lady. Pip don't. Pip does not look at Lady very much. Lady is very bright, very shiny. Lady is kind to Pip. Pip does not want to be rude to Lady. Oh no, ma'am, no, not at all. Did not know you were Lady's friends. It's
You see Pip as he like unfurls his wings and kind of takes a step off of the rafters, and he very controlled falls, and then at the last second he opens his wings and kind of like banks up and lands on a one of the sconces that does not have a candle in it. And you see at this, it's almost comical as he grabs his tail, his pointed ended tail, and kind of holds it in two hands and kind of wrings it nervously. I, I Pip is to be of help to the lady's friends. Uh, you make everything look beautiful. Pip could not do that. Pip not in charge
of this place. The lady says she sends someone to be in charge. Lots of work to be done, she says. Yes, there was supposed to be someone to come and take care of this beautiful building that, well, she said it was beautiful. I did not think it was beautiful till right now. Pip doubted the lady. Pip is very sorry. But there's also the library upstairs. Pip tried to keep track. Pip does not understand Dewey Decimal System. Numbers don't mean much to Pip. And the kitchens are the kitchens are a mess. Pip doesn't understand how mortal cooking implementations work, and I tried to keep everything clean and spotless. At least the pots are not rusted, but I could just keep the dust away. The lady said that the last of the caretakers of this building, they left. They left the lady. They left her alone and broken. You not do that to lady, right? Lady is very kind. Lady will take care of you. She will show you. She will help you. You here now. Now Pip must go? Yes? Well, he starts to cut. You see like a tear or two fall down his face as he goes, Pip not have place here. Pip just sleep on ground with other things that go on the ground like old towels and broken curtains. Pip not want to move anything. Not Pip's place to stay. Just the lady said to take that I could take care of it, and she appreciated it. No one else appreciated Pip where he was. Oh, but the Pip's masters might come to look for him. Pip has been very quiet, you see. Pip has not garnered any attention from the hells. And well, I would hate for the pit lords of Avernus to come and seek Pip to bring him back to the war. I'm so tired of the war. You see, the abyss and the hells, they fight, always fight. Murder, death, blood, and carnage everywhere. There's such a mess, you see. Pip, it makes Pip so angry. I can't go back. Oh, Pip liked this place. They You see, like as he was talking about the blood war between the hells and the abyss, he started to almost hyperventilate. Now that he's getting hearing what you guys are saying, he's kind of like, "But Pip would like that very much, if it's okay with the lady's friends. Excuse me, Citrine, Mara, and Juniper." think Pip would like to stay. Pip can work. Pip can do all kinds of things. Pip is really good at starting the fires in the morning. They're kind of fires are kind of weird here. You see, you have to go. Well, Pip can only do it by going into the oven and lighting the fire, and it's very dangerous. But Pip likes fire. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Peanuts. Pip never had a peanut. I would. He'll fly down from his perch, land on your shoulder, Mara, and you see he's very light, like easily maybe 5 pounds, and he has like instead of like this, you've heard of demons before in imps having this leather-like skin and leathery wings. And while his wings are leathery, his skin is covered with this very soft fur, and you can see that his where his at the ends of his fingers where his talons would be, he has been declawed. And he takes the peanut, very much like a loris, and just grabs it, pops it open, and it's good. It's really good. Oh, you ladies are so nice. Pip won't even scream when you cut his tail off for messing up. I promise. It grows back. I think I'm going to like it here now. Well, more than I did before, anyway. Have you seen the rest of the building? It's quite beautiful. Probably even better now that you've fixed everything. Well, the magic parts, anyway. Well, well, just through those doors, there's the kitchens, and then the next story up is, well, let's go to the kitchens first. I think that they're quite lovely. They're big, very, very big. Um, Once again, judging from the outside, this room is already way too big for what it looked like on the outside. But as you look to the south wall, you see that there is a door that's kind of like, what do they call the doors of the kitchen from the? I should know this. Yeah, swinging door. Thank you very much. There's a swinging door there. Look of stainless steel on it. There's a small window portal in the top so you can make sure you don't knock anybody over when you walk through them. Unless you're not paying attention and you do that. Not that I've ever done that. um, as you as, you- as you walk through, the kitchen is 3 times the size it needs to be. The ceiling is high enough to smoke a whole animal. The stove is cold currently. Proper cold of uh, proper cold. The cold of iron hasn't been heated in a long time. It looks like it's placed exactly right. Everything seems to be perfectly placed. Uh, Mise en place is not just for ingredients in this kitchen. Everything in its place applies to each contraption or cooking device or implement there. The center of the kitchen is taken up by this huge cooking fire that is huge by normal standards. It's 5 foot by 5 foot, so it's a square. But it's open on all sides, and there's a chimney directly above it. There are flat pieces of metal along the edges for your griddle work. There's grates behind those for the grill work. And then above those is built in a box, a metal box that looks like an oven of sorts. Each of the 4 sides of the hearth have a door, so you can open the oven from any of the 4 sides. Lots of counter space. Dried herbs hang from the rafters in bundles. And you could tell for this place being dormant for this long, it's very odd that in fact these dried herbs are still fragrant. You can smell the basil,
the rosemary, the thyme. Each of these sprigs are very, very pungent and lovely smelling. Um, you On the counter, there's cutting boards. There's racks of knives stuck to the walls with magnetism. Um, there's everything is clean and oiled. Pots are arranged and they look like they've been scoured very well, so there's no like leftovers marks except for the metal that makes it the pots. Pip. Pip gets very close to you and goes, Miss, do you do any candy work? Well, then turn around. And as you do, you see several copper pots and pans lined up, perfect for candy making. There's candy thermometers. There's underneath the copper station. There's a cool table there so that you can dump out your hot candy and cool it down slowly as you make your designs, or you you make pulled sugar or whatever it is you're making confectionery style. There's even a large cauldron for making things like Turkish delight and marshmallows and those kinds of sweet meats. Oh, if there's a wheel on the front of it, so as you turn it, it'll dump right into the cold table. Pips like licorice and peppermint, not together, separate, but each. They're- Um, this is the kitchen, and once it's put to life, you'll see it's quite functional. Um, you would probably need someone to help. It's a very large space, but with some good guidance and a good recipe list, you should probably be able to stock this thing fully, and it will work just as you need it to. Exiting out from the kitchen, you get back into the main room, and as I said, this is a brasserie. So there's sections to it. In the front, there's the smoking area with these high backed, overstuffed chairs. Uh, there's a very beautiful ornate center table with marble inlay that has a centerpiece on it. It looks to be a halfling with its hand held up like this, and there's a place for a lantern to go on top of it to provide some very soft light. There's a small shelf of leather-bound books and periodicals that are always you'll find in future sessions. The periodicals always seem to be up to date. It's always today's. The books kind of rotate as requested from the library upstairs. As long as everything's organized, a patron can sit there and just, man, I wish they had Ortaluk's book on herbology, and if it's in the library, it's there. There's on the center of the marble inlay of the main table, there's several large ashtrays where cigars or pipes can be placed. And then over it all, there's you look up, you see the swirling uh, like fog in the top of this little area here. Fog goes, that is Cumulus. He's an air elemental. Gets the smoke out of the building, so it doesn't stink. He doesn't talk much though. Yeah, it means cloud. Hmm. You get a small little breath of air in your face, just poof. That's that's about all he does. Um,
Then you have the bar here to the left, and it's fully stocked. It'll have basically anything that's local, as long as we have the gold to afford it. It's probably not going to be too expansive when you start, unless you brought like a whole boodle of gold, in which case, maybe. But for now, it looks like it's just some basic wines that were there already. But this is the restaurant sitting area. We'll need a maitre d, and of course we'll need a waiter. And some light staff. But usually, that from what the lady says, they just show up somehow, happenstance, kismet, you know. Would you like to see the tea room? So he leads you up the stairs in the back of the brasserie, and Mara, you kind of linger a bit behind, not out of being rude, but just lost in your imagination of what this place is going to look like when it is in full swing. As any chef will do, you will see batch banquets and gourmet meals and beautiful women in very fine attire dining at your tables, and men with very handsome suits that are accompanying these women, and wedding after parties and christenings and very many different kinds of ceremonies that a restaurant of note would be on the top of a list to patronize for such special events. You'll catch up in a minute or two. Leading you up the stairs, this very short but ornate staircase, very comfortable. It feels like the stairs were made just tall and long enough to commit to like a 10-foot area that goes up to a whole floor without making them feel too scrunched. There's not a whole lot of room back here, but it is a little bit of a steep climb. But as you get to the top, you see that there's you're stepping onto the second floor. You round the landing and you see that every wall in the second floor is just windows. Just windows, like a conservatory. There are benches with comfortable pillows. There are I don't know what to call a fainting couch. That's not for fainting. It's for like lounging, like a daybed kind of a deal. That's not right. A chase lounge. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Several of these by the windows. Some of the windows have very nice seats with very small pub style tables. You see that there is a brewing station where there are several hobs for tea and beautiful tea sets with like different colored flowers that are laced around their porcelain. Very, very delicate looking. But Pip kind of walks with us, and they're sturdy too. It's at this time that Mara, you come up into the second floor, and each of you, as you look around, you notice that each of the windows is showing a different landscape. Through the west, you see this beautiful, like plain style with beautiful, like long grass and flowers all throughout. Through the north wall, you see a very like a very thick forest with small little beads of light floating around. The trees themselves are almost blue green and very lush. Through the east wall, you see a very I guess cottage core style like seaside, and then from the south wall you see the clerk's ward. Whatever you want to look at. The scenery here, it changes with what the viewer wants to look at based on where it's cued to. As far as the ladies told me, they're enchanted to make their tea endeavor the most enjoyable possible. And if I'm not mistaken, some of the places outside of Sigil, we could probably find beautiful tea leaves that will make the most delicious of teas. Sorry, took a lot of talking.
Citrine, there's something about this floor that speaks to you. It's the overwhelming sense that one should be politely quiet in this on this floor. This is not a place for revelry. This is a place for maybe a quiet lunch date or a very proper afternoon out with the ladies, if you will. A gentleman might take his female caller out to a nice afternoon tea with some sandwich service. Very posh, very pomp, very comfortable. And there is there's a dumbwaiter in the back where you can send down for kitchen service should you need it. Hope that's not too much work for you, miss. Says to Mara. Oh, there's a dumbwaiter in the behind the brewing station, where they can send down to the kitchen for light sandwiches or lunch fare, some cakes, whatever the tea fare is of the day. Did it finally work? It did. Finally. That's the wrong one though. Mara, there's also another door here. It doesn't go to a kitchen, it goes to an office. As Pip flies over and opens the door, you see there's a very sturdy executive desk. Um, nope. Theater of the mind. I apologize. Let me see a thing here. Do I? Um, this is a rough draft of the tea room. Just a corner of it. You as you look inside the office, though, there's a small shelf there. It looks to be for ledgers. There's some old ones there. As you open them, you can see they're shipping and receiving, basically. Um, Mostly receiving goods coming in, the quantities paid for, balancing the books of whatever gold you have in the coffers based on what is owed. You see the last entry showed 5,000 gold, and then it's in the red, negative. Might have been a reason why the last owners took off. When you can't squeeze another dime out of it, and the bank won't give you another loan, you burn the place. Very good fellow style. Mhm. One thing you do notice as you walk into the office, Citrine, is behind the high back chair that's behind the desk. There's a small fireplace, but it looks to be fed from the fireplace downstairs. There's a picture of a halfling female standing on top of the mantle with her hands open out wide. This is where you keep track of everything. It's a heavy load to keep track of this place, from what the lady tells me. But honestly, I probably couldn't think of a better person. The lady picked you. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Um, yes. Are you interested in? Do you like books?
He goes to the back of the landing where you came up the stairs, and there's a on the carpet. There's a star knit into the rug, with a book in the middle of it. He goes, Stomp on that twice." As you stomp, you're in the library. The rest you see her kind of shimmer out of vision, and then she's gone. As you as you stomp, you disappear too. Citrine, do you follow? Uh, Citrine, as you stomp, you and Mara kind of fizzle in at the same time, and you see this. What was that, Lex? Immediately, your eyes notice that there are several books that are not categorized correctly. There's actually no form of organization here. It looks like people have just been, or a person has been picking up books, just putting them on the shelf wherever there's room for them. Um, Several of them are pushed all the way back against the back of the bookshelf, and some of them are kind of like laid open with their spines just like towards what the end of the book, kind of stretching the spines out. And your OCD kind of goes into overdrive. As you guys look around, you see that not only are there several bookshelves along the walls, thousands of books. There are also rotating bookshelves as well that you can kind of turn around, and there's several books there. And then as you kind of walk to the back, there never seems to be an end to the book stacks. Uh, this we there. Pip tried his best, but like Pip said, Dewey Decimal System not make sense to Pip. So just got them out of the way. Um, but this is everything. And then if you go in the very back of the stacks, it's a bit of a walk where you can sleep. There's not very big rooms to sleep back there, but they have beds and they have desks and they have each one has its own bathroom, and there's a water basin. You should have everything you need. Pip did his best. It was a war. Pip fought the War of Dust. And you guys came by and you helped Pip win. I will do my best to keep the dust at bay. He has this very interesting fact when he starts to get that little like that slightly angry tone to his voice. He starts to point with his pointed tail, and he's talking as a politician. It's It was it made the lady happy that I was keeping things as clean as I could, and I don't. She's very nice to Pip, as I said. I don't want to make her sad. This is her place. Would you like to see your rooms? He leads you to the back of the stacks, and you see this area back here. More of the left room than anything else, but very, very clean, very, I guess I would say Spartan, but comfortable. Um, each of you have something inside that would assist as well. Like for Mara, there's a very good stocked writing desk with many recipe books and ink wells and quills. For Juniper, you have shelves of books that are needing to be repaired. Some of their spines might have been cracked, or they might have had some pages dog-eared that need to be refinished. Some of the bindings have come apart, and there's a workstation there for you to kind of do things in the off hours where you can take your time and enjoy your privacy. And for Citrine, you have a very small, like I don't. It looks like an alchemist station, but as you step to it, this is a place where you can enchant or identify magical items that might be of importance. Mm-hmm. As you guys look around your individual rooms, you see Pip kind of stretch and yawn. It's late. If you would like to do more things, Pip will take you, but Pip is very tired. It's been a long day, and new friends and everything is very tiring. Hmm? Where can Pip sleep? Can I? Well, on the stairs, really, with the curtains and the towels that are gone now. Actually, now that I come to think about it. Oh no, Pip don't get no room. Pip is a helper. As you guys look around, and Pip kind of like slowly flies into Citrine's room and kind of curls up on the edge of her bed, and he's already asleep before you guys even notice anything. The day is over. The darkness outside is ever present, and this new building seems to be very happy to be restored. But you also are very tired as well of going to a new place, a multiversal journey, a couple of social encounters, a combat, lugging heavy wood across sigil. As you see Pip sleeping, each of you kind of feel that slight little bit of a headache in the back of your head that tells you need to be getting to bed yourselves. You will enter into your rooms and take your long rest. And that is where we're going to end our session today. Very, very welcome, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate everyone who tunes in and sees this adventure. Um,
please comment. Let us know if you're enjoying yourselves. Also, please stop by Sparkles Mandy's Twitch channel and give us a shout out. Come and join the fun. We're always looking for people to come by and play in our D&D campaigns. We have one shots. We have many shots, which is like 3 to 5 sessions as well. It's a great group of people. Sparkles Mandy is the best hostess, the best streamer, in my honest opinion. She does everything. She gave us this platform to play on. She made this overlay. She is just amazing. So please stop on by twitch.tv/sparkles_Mandy and say hi. Until next time, I am Get Off McLeod, your DM. With me is Skyline, Shelby, and Lex, who are your Caffeinated Chronicles players. And we'll see you next time. Have a good night.